Hey everybody, welcome to Drinks with DMO. I'm Demosthenes, she is Valerie the Space Cowboy, and we bring you the very best in boozy reviews.
Boozy reviews.
Boozy reviews. What was that all about?
No idea.
So, when we go looking for booze, we never find what we're looking for.
No, we really just don't.
But when we go looking, we always find something else that catches our eye.
Indeed.
In this case, let's lead off with...
I was going to say, in this case, we were looking for a Riesling.
Surprise, surprise. We were at Bevmo, the one in Long Beach, California, and Val stumbled across this. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, finest Swiss milk chocolate with a Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey syrup center. So it's chocolate with Jack Honey in it.
Boozy chocolate.
So we thought to ourselves, okay, we're game.
We've done chocolate reviews.
In fact, we have a full selection of chocolate reviews. Go to chocolate.demounited.com and you can see all the chocolates that we've reviewed. It's just a text base. It's not like videos. It's just something that we've done for like years. So check it out if you want to find out more about various chocolates. We've tried some good ones and we've tried some really bad ones.
Yeah.
So we got this, and I said what we need to do is we need to pair it with a bottle of actual Jack Daniel's honey.
Teeny tiny bottle.
Yes. I'm going to hold it real close so it looks like massive, but no, it's actually very small. You're probably familiar with Jack Daniel's, world number 7. This is Tennessee Honey.
Yeah.
It is listed as a honey liqueur blended with Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. So
Sounds warm.
we're going to have a 2-for-1 kind of review here. We're going to review the honey because we've never had the honey. Have you ever had this before?
We've had a Baron Yager. Was as close as we've gotten.
Which is nothing like Jack Daniel's honey.
I don't think.
No, because that was just like a honey liqueur. This is blended with Jack, though.
That was a honey liquor. That
Yeah.
might even be like liqueur. It was a liquor.
The Baron Yager, which means bear hunter, we did on the podcast, season 3.
Well, it's the same people that do Jägermeister, no? Wasn't it the same brand?
No.
I thought it was.
No. They're both German phrases, yes, but...
I thought it was the same company.
we're not talking about them right now. But we've never had Jack Honey, and we've never had the candy.
Right.
So we will give you a review for the drink, and then we will give you a review for the chocolate.
Because we don't want the chocolate to affect our liquor tasting.
Right. And we figured we won't know if this is good unless we tried this.
Right.
Now, let's talk about legitimacy here. Why did we get the small...
Smallest bottle of Jack possible. The American Girl size.
When Felicity has had a long day till the fields during the revolution, she tips one back.
It's for Felicity's mom.
We decided to go for this because we're running out of room here. We have so much booze, and this is a quick segue. A question I've gotten is what happens to all the booze that we drink?
Oh, yeah.
If it's really good, we will drink it.
Like if it's wine or something, I'll finish it off.
Yeah.
I'll polish off the bottle.
If it's really bad, it just disappears.
Into the sink.
So we always try to buy singles, try to avoid buying bigger stuff.
Right.
When we tried the mezcal, we got the smaller version, not the full one.
Right.
Not this size. We don't want to spend a lot of
If
money.
we can find it this size and we've never tried it, we will find it this size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's really good, we'll go with the big one.
Right.
So let's crack open Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
This is like your in-flight review.
Yeah. This is an airline size.
That's right.
All right. So
You gotta drink like 4 of them, you know. That's how I used to get through a lot of like really long flights back east, like all by myself. A couple of shots of something.
I crack it open, I can smell it right away.
a couple of little bottles of something and some Dramamine. I'm probably sure you're not supposed to make those things, but there you go. And I would just sleep till I got home.
So it's definitely a different
Oh,
color
I can smell it here. It smells like some sweet.
compared to. I think you got one more than I did.
Ooh.
It's a lighter color compared to regular Jack.
I will preface this in general. I don't like whiskey.
Whiskey's not my particular brand of firewater,
Yeah.
but That's to say, I'm opposed to all whiskeys.
However, I will say that a good hot toddy, delicious. Which involves whiskey and honey, by the way.
Okay, so
What if you can cut out
at
the middleman?
first, it smells like whiskey. Mm-hmm. But the more you smell it, the sweeter it gets.
Ooh, that honey comes in. It's kind of like a nice, like... It's very warm with, like, honey flavor, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like a baked good dipped in honey.
We're getting into hot buttered rum kind of territory here.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right.
Once you get past the whiskey smell, though. Sláinte.
It's cool. Even though it's a shot glass, I'm not going to shoot it.
No,
Because I
we're
want to savor
going to
it.
sip.
Oh, that's very sweet. Much sweeter than I was expecting.
I was almost expecting sweeter. I feel like the Bärenjäger kind of set me up for something else.
Yeah.
It gets sweeter at the end there. It's nice.
It's warm,
It's
though.
real. It tastes toasty and it feels toasty. Oh, Lordy. It's nice. I feel like it's not quite enough honey for a hot toddy, though.
All right, let's give this a proper drinks with humor review.
Mm-hmm.
If you're familiar with Jack Daniels,
It
that's
tastes like Jack Daniels.
start there, and then just make it sweet. That's exactly what this is. It's not bad.
Jack Daniels and go,
Yeah,
some honey.
it's not bad. The fact that it's sweet almost is a little off-putting for me.
Huh. So it's the only thing that makes it palatable for me.
It is very warm on the back half and going down.
Oh, that second sip is getting warmer by the second.
Yeah, so it's got a good burn to it. Does it say what the AB? It's probably 70. Most liquors are 70.
Is there anything to read on that bottle?
Oh, it's 35%.
Yeah, it's...
No, 70 proof. Sorry,
Okay,
70
well,
proof,
there we go.
35%. It's very sweet.
Oh, man. The warm is not going away.
No,
Good Lord. It's like the honey's making it stick around longer.
it really is. Yeah.
It's like coating.
If you've had a whiskey, it gets warm, it burns, and then it goes away.
If you're not feeling well, I feel like this might help.
But this is sticking around for a little bit.
It really does. Yowzers.
I'm not opposed to the flavor. I'm not opposed to the taste.
It's making my tongue go numb. A little bit on the edge.
The sweetness is sticking around on my tongue.
Yeah. So right about when you're like, ooh, that's too whiskey, the honey comes right in. So that's kind of basically where you're sort of at. So if you're like, I'm not really down with the whiskey, but maybe somebody's got this sitting around at the table and they're like, hey, you want me to pour you something or whatever? Maybe on the rocks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's going to be tough to mix, though.
That's what I was just thinking of. I was like, what could you mix it with?
Because Jack Daniels mixes well with a lot of things.
Might be good in like an iced tea kind of a situation.
Oh, possibly.
Remember.
But it is so sweet for what you expect that it might be almost impossible to mix properly. You might be able to get away with it like in a Jack and Coke.
Then it's going to be too sweet because you're going to have the sweetness of this and then the sweetness of the Coke mixed together. That's why I was thinking like a tea. Because it's not sweetened, obviously, and it might sweeten up your tea nicely.
Well, maybe a Jack and Ginger.
Maybe.
Okay, so ultimately, it burns.
It burns.
It's sweet. It's going to be tough to mix.
It's give me the YOLO, like, throat clearing here.
The sweetness on my tongue is sticking around. I can't get rid of it.
For sure.
Is this better than regular Jack?
Yes.
It's different.
Oh my God.
It's different. I almost can't compare the two because they are that different. The sweetness really makes this a brand new beverage. And I guess that's going to bring us now to the official Drinks the Demo rating on a scale of 1 to 5. What would you give Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey?
Well, let's see. How subjective do I want to be?
I don't know.
Like, is it in terms of whiskey bevs? Then obviously I very much enjoy this because I don't like whiskey. This actually tastes good.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
But if I'm going like alcohol in general, that's the thing.
It doesn't matter. Pick a number.
4.
4. All right.
For whiskey bevs.
I'm going to give this a 3.
I would probably give it a 3.5, but I can't.
Yeah, we don't do halves here on the show. It's not a bad beverage. I don't think I'm going to pick this again. It's too sweet for what I'm looking for. And I love sweet cocktails. I love sweet wines. I love sweet drinks. But a sweet whiskey, not feeling it.
Well, I already kind of like a sweet whiskey. It's called Bailey's.
Got me there.
So, and probably good with milk.
So that's a 4.
Interestingly enough.
What a great segue. So that's a 4 out of 5 for the Space Cowboy, 3 out of 5 for me. Val says that might be good with milk. Would it be good with the finest Swiss milk chocolate? Let's try the chocolate.
Maybe.
So this is made by Goldkenn.
I don't know who that is.
It's better than Silverkenn.
Not quite as good as the Platinum Ken, though.
Right. This is a proper European.
Let's see, what's this?
It's a proper European thing because they've got a separate sticker for the American audience.
Alright, so here we go. Milk chocolate filled with Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey syrup. Chocolat au lait. Forêt de Stiletto Jacques Daniels. I'm not going to read the rest of it in different languages. But yes.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Oh, it's got little, like, pods.
That's interesting. It's like little K-cups you got to break off.
Right.
All right, let's...
Ooh, that stuff is sitting warm in my stomach. Good lord.
So now this is going to be a syrup, not just straight up. It's going to be a syrup.
I don't want to drink the chocolate first. What's a European chocolate?
Yeah, it is.
For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about.
American chocolate is going to be a little more bitter, a little more coarse.
It's usually more coarse, like your Hershey's and that kind of stuff.
This is very smooth, but also it seems like it's sweeter.
Heading to dark?
I said it's sweeter, she said it's heading to dark. Who knew?
Well, it's more of a robust chocolate flavor.
Well, let's just pop the whole thing in our mouth and stop.
Alright. Hold on. Oh, it's got like a crust on the inside.
Yeah, it does.
Shut that tot in the mouth, isn't it? That burned your tongue.
My chocolate should never burn. My chocolate should never ever burn.
It's burning my tongue.
It really is. That's weird. That's so weird.
I don't hate it, but once you get past the burning.
See, the honey, there's a sweetness to it. Now, I don't know if that's from the chocolate or from the booze liquor syrup.
The inside is coated with something crispy, number one.
All right, well, since we have the technology to do so.
Are we going to cut one open?
Yeah, baby.
Well, don't do it on the counter. Put it on something you can actually show. So it's almost like you sort of concentrated this so that warmth that I would have gotten here is now on my tongue. It was really intriguing. Oh, dang, yeah. It's like legit just wet, like straight up liquor in there.
But it's weird because it felt like it had a crunch to it.
Well, yeah, it's probably to keep let's just drip it out of there.
Yeah, it's not...
No, it's similar consistency.
It poured out real easy. So it's not like a syrup, it actually feels like goo, like a...
It's almost sweeter, like when you taste it by itself. It doesn't taste like whiskey at all.
No. So when I cut it open,
Weird.
all the syrup fell out. So I just had half the shell. And when you lose the syrup, the honey residue leaves it over and it seems sweeter.
It is nice. It's nice. I'll let you order free for half off.
What? What was that?
I'm getting it out of piece. It's really happy. No, it still burns. That's so weird.
Well, no need to save this. Pop it open.
Not as bad as the first bite, but it's still there.
Mm.
That is so strange. There's slider all over the place.
Ah.
Huh.
If you've had a Bailey's Irish Cream, you know that a silky, smooth, chocolatey whiskey experience is possible. Mm-hmm. But to just pair a piece of chocolate with whiskey, it doesn't work.
Well, we did have those candies from that weird bougie candy store that had the scotch in it. Remember those?
No.
Those little balls of scotch surrounded by chocolate. Those were okay.
Can you recall what the name of that were?
That candy store?
Yeah.
It was the one that serves everything in those stupid little plastic clear boxes. There's like a couple of them. And like your unnecessarily expensive malls in California.
Look, if you're not going to give me the name of the product, don't give me the generalities.
We had them sitting in there for the longest time. You could get ones with tequila. They had champagne flavored gummy bears.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Just
Yeah.
the name of it.
Well, how am I supposed to remember if you don't?
I'm going to go with my original statement before Val went on some tangent for some company that we can't remember. In this situation,
Sugar?
the whiskey
Might be sugar.
and the chocolate, I don't think they go together.
Kind of almost.
It's
Come back.
not a bad experience. We're probably going to finish this off.
Mm-hmm.
But is this what I want? Would I get this again? No.
If somebody gave it to me, it wouldn't be like the fuck, bro. But
Yeah, I'm not.
the liquor that's in there and the chocolate are fighting.
Yeah.
And you can feel it on your tongue, unfortunately.
Does the syrup?
It tastes it by itself. Doesn't taste like anything. Just tastes sweet.
Yeah.
Weird.
Does the filling taste like the straight up hooch? No. Is it close enough that you're like, you can kind of sort of make a comparison? Maybe.
It tastes like it totally when you eat the whole chocolate, though.
Like, you kind of get a little bit of the honey, you kind of get the burn, so it kind of is like the beverage, but
Yeah, I just wish they weren't at war with each other.
so on a
On the
scale of
battlefield that is my tongue.
on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give Goldkenn's?
3. It's not bad. Like the chocolate itself is redeeming, and I like that weird crispy bit on the inside.
2. I just can't bring myself to be like, yeah, I like burning chocolate.
He also doesn't like spicy chocolate either. Let's just kind of cover it there. Although it is a very strange sensation. You're like, why is this burning?
Right.
Without like the odd smokiness of like a chipotle or something. But no.
When you have like a rum ball or a rum cake, you can taste the rum, but it never burns.
Oh no, that's not true.
Well, depends who makes it. Depends who makes it, absolutely.
I've had some where I'm like, oh man, let's slice that on for schnucked.
But like, you took the first bite on this one, and it just burned.
Yeah,
And
it
I'm
just
like,
burned. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah. All right.
So that was our first booze and chocolate.
You got to watch
Pairing.
us eat with food in our mouth. Or
Right.
talk with food in our mouth. Yeah.
I don't know if we'll do this again. It depends if we can find other liquor-filled chocolate.
There's some out there. I'm seeing them.
But it was an adventure, and we're glad we're bringing you along on this. Again, this show, we find things that tickle our curiosities, and we try them to enlighten you. So that way you can decide, yes, I want to be part of that, or no, I'll take a pass.
Yeah. So you don't have to waste your $10 or whatever this chocolate costs.
I think it was in the vicinity of $10. I'm not going to lie.
It was not cheap.
I think it might have been actually $10. If you're looking for it, if you want to try it yourself, it's not horribly bad. Don't get me wrong.
No.
I didn't like it. It's not
If you like whiskey, you may be like, fuck yeah.
This
is
may
my
if
jam.
you're up for an adventure and you want to spend $10, got this at the Bevmo in Long Beach, California. I'm sure you can find it elsewhere. Goldkenn, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Chocolate. Yeah. 3.
My tongue's cut it out.
2.
It's weird. Like it hurts.
Anything else?
It does.
All right, friends, thank you for watching us on Drinks with Emo, America's favorite.
Burp's nice.
Oh, hey. America's favorite boozy review show. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave us a comment with any comments, suggestions, questions. Like us on Instagram if you're watching us there. If you want to see more Drinks with Demo, visit drinks.demounited.com. That'll list every page on YouTube that we do, every video on YouTube that we do. What else? And like and subscribe. Can't stress that enough. I have too many friends that say, "Oh, I love your videos." I never like them, but I just want to tell you that I enjoy them.
Why are you so stingy with the thumbs up? What is the problem? Even I've noticed myself doing that too. Like I watch a video and I'm like, oh, that was fine. Next. Like,
that's what I do.
Why don't I like?
I've started to like. I'm like, you know what? I gotta respect these.
I just stop being a jackass and just like some videos already.
That all it costs me is a click.
Right. Likes don't cost you anything.
That's right.
It's just like being polite.
Courtesy doesn't cost anything. You know who I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. On that note, we good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5. The chocolate filled with it, 3, 2.
Yeah.
And that brings us to one final ending here on Drinks with Demo. Friends, until next time, stay safe, choose love, drink responsibly.
Please.